Yo, what's up, everyone? I'm here on top of a rooftop in India, Madurai, India. Top of my hotel right now. Totally sunburned. All of the sunscreen that I had when I was training all washed off in sweat, so that explains this. Here overlooking the Meenakshi Amman temple. I hope that's pronounced right. I'm about to go explore that in an hour. And we'll go see. They don't let cameras inside, so this is about all you're going to get. This is still wonderful view. I don't know if you could get too much of a better view than what we're getting. I guess you could be closer, but you know, whatever. So the topic: time is precious everywhere, at every time, not just when you're on vacation. There's a tendency for me as well to kind of take for granted, you know, when you're living wherever you're living. But it's taken me traveling to places like India, Hong Kong, Cambodia, you know, Thailand. I lived there for 5 months. Currently, I've lived away from my home country for about a year, which is pretty fun, pretty cool to say. Pretty happy about that. But yeah, there's this human tendency, at least for me, to appreciate time more when you're traveling abroad. To appreciate things more, like, oh well, this is the last time I'm going to get to do this in this country. It's like, okay. And now it's not terrible. The thing that I'm trying to get at is that time is just as precious when you're at home as well. We have like, oh, this is my normal time, this is just my routine every day, and this is when I travel, this is my vacation. And I'm just saying that we can combine that. We can have our routine can be amazing. For example, I am from the Bay Area in San Francisco. I live next to 20 minutes away from the Golden Gate Bridge. I've never walked across it in my life. How have I never walked across the Golden Gate Bridge in my life? I've lived there forever. I've seen it a bunch of times, but I have never walked across it. So little things like that we take for granted. We take for granted like where we live. Like in Sydney, a lot of the guys, the community over there, you know, a lot of them haven't climbed the bridge, the Sydney Harbor Bridge. I haven't either. But, and it's just interesting because people like do more things and they appreciate more things when they're on vacation. When you can do those things, you can work them into your routine, you can live a life that you want to live, going on adventures, doing different stuff, trying new restaurants, trying new food. Because even if, like, for example, if I'm try a new restaurant, if I'm going to an Indian restaurant in India, and I go to one in America, it's still Indian food in America. That's still something new, even though it's like the same thing. Granted, to go to the same restaurant every day, I can understand how you get tired of it. But yeah, just wanted to bring up, you know, coming to the end of my journey here in India. It's taken me to one of the most interesting, diverse places in the world, at least to me. I'm getting stared at every day just for walking. My hair is getting longer. When I let it out, I'm looking more and more like Jesus every day. And I'm wearing white, so it looks really weird. Hopefully the wind isn't bugging me. But yeah, just you know, when I go back, the thing that I'm taking is I'm going to appreciate all the little things. I'm going to go visit the San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm going to do more in the city. I live right next to an international city where people come from all over the world to go and visit, but I just kind of take it for granted, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting at. Just appreciate where you're at, wherever you are. To think that someone will come from another country to come visit your town, it is kind of baffling. Granted, less people, I think, do that here because I get stared at. I mean, there's like no white people anywhere. And I happen to be very pale. I guess today I'll be red. But that people come to your city from all over the world, it's an amazing thing. And there's a reason for that. It's because your city, wherever you are, is its own thing. It has its own culture. It is special. I mean, I'm sure there's tourists out there that are willing to go to some offbeat town in Minnesota. You know, that's like their culture for that area. It's all amazing. It's all wonderful. We don't need to like prefer certain things over other communities. It's all great, is what I'm getting at. And yeah. So with that said, cultural note: the South is a lot bigger. Rooms are bigger. I didn't know that things are cheaper. I find them to be a little more expensive, but the food is dirt cheap. But if you eat in restaurants, they make it more than the North, at least for me. Plus, you can just keep eating idli and sambar and dosai and vada. I hope I'm saying that right. you can just keep eating that stuff forever. I had breakfast here at the hotel. They give it to you. Didn't need to eat till 6 p.m. the same day. So 9 hours of not eating. It was amazing. Should have trained that day, but yeah. So I just finished one of my most amazing training experiences of my life, and I'm gonna go put on all the aloe vera in the world, all the stuff that I have, which I brought a lot, which is good. And then after that, I'm gonna go hit up the temple. So we'll see how that goes. Not allowed to bring you this camera in there, so this is what you're gonna see. And yeah, so with that said, I'm heading out. Next time you see me, I'll be in Singapore. Peace.